Hey guys, my name is Muska and welcome to Overwatch Central. Today we're taking a look at two different things. First off, some Overwatch map stuff and then a Lucio PTR related issue. So, let's begin. On Numbani was discovered just recently actually, credit to u/Kare on r/Overwatch for this, that the Numbani airport posters have changed. So this is the old Numbani you're looking at, and as you can see, the new one has a new poster here, and it's a Havana, Cuba poster. So normally we see the different locations, the different maps that are on here, and we also had some map hints previously from things on the flight board. But taking a look at these, obviously we have the Temple of Anubis one that has changed to this Havana one, and also with the addition of a certain new hero, Baptiste, we had some mentions about the Caribbean and just that sort of the Caribbean region of the world. And of course, Baptiste is from Haiti, but Cuba is really not too far from there, and it is mentioned that he was part of a Caribbean coalition strike force sort of thing. So I imagine that he has been in Cuba, and maybe there is a little bit of backstory there for Baptiste that will be told in a potential Cuban map. And you can also see here that the travel agency office had one of these posters changed as well. So it seems to most definitely be a map hint, and that's pretty exciting, honestly, seeing these types of hints so soon after the hero reveal. And of course we do have kind of a content roadmap. If you want to take a look at this little graphic I made, this is usually how we see maps and characters spaced out over the year, so we should be getting that map a little bit later into 2019, but it could also be that we are getting this a bit earlier, maybe even in something like the archives event that should be already coming in the April-May time, so really not in too long. Either way, I'm interested and I want to find out more about that for sure. I do want to mention as well that people have been looking around Paris. I talked about that in another video. I'm not going to get into detail, but essentially these are the sort of map hints that I feel like you should be kind of expecting to find if you are looking for things like these. It's just that they tend to be somewhat obvious like this nowadays. But in Paris, I think we were mostly getting a hint towards Baptiste, and yeah, people maybe weren't really picking up on that to begin with, and maybe Blizzard wanted us to find those things a little bit before all of these teases so we could kind of get excited for this new name that kept popping up. But either way, I hope you guys that did check out Paris did enjoy that time, because it seems like we're moving in another direction right now. Hopefully we'll find out more soon about a potential Cuba setting and map. Alright, moving on from all of that, I want to talk about the PTR. So we had a lot of changes on the PTR, so many that it's hard to go over all of them and cover all of them separately in, like, I don't know, separate videos or whatever. And it's the same thing kind of when talking about it on Reddit and Twitter. People can't really go over every single change and talk about it extensively within the community, and then the developers will see all that discussion. That doesn't really ever happen. It's usually a sort of overall consensus of the whole patch, and if there's anything immediate, they tend to patch that. But we have seen in the past, especially with Lucio, which is the hero I'm looking at here, that changes go through that aren't necessarily positive, things that affect the character in ways that just make the hero feel bad to play, and yeah, it just doesn't feel the same. It's happened before multiple times. Some of those things have been reverted, some of them just went through and were changed a bit later down the line, and even in the past, we actually had Jeff Kaplan and other Overwatch developers say that Lucio was just not working the way they wanted to when they nerfed his way of sort of bunny hopping off walls and gaining loads of speed, all of that stuff. When they changed that way back when, they said that was more of a bug fix than anything else. So now we have this wall ride speed buff along with the Lucio aura nerfs that came previously, but with this buff there's actually a bit of a double-edged sword, as the wall jumping is quite a bit slower, and you will notice this if you play a lot of Lucio, you do any rollouts or anything like that. I'm gonna try to show you kind of what's going on here, but basically when you're on the wall you are faster, but when you kind of jump off it you don't really get to keep all that speed. So it's not really kind of a buff for Lucy, actually, that part of it. Sure, it's nice to have if you're doing a long wall ride, but most of the time you're doing these small hops off it here and there, so it doesn't really help too much. Now it is the weekend, the dev team might not actually see these posts made on r/Overwatch, r/competitive Overwatch. I've seen some tweets as well, and if they do miss that, it might just hit the live client anyway. So if you do care about this and you want it to change, I would suggest tweeting the Play Overwatch account around the sort of 10 a.m. California time on Monday, and also making sure that you are maybe making another post on Reddit, or at very least posting a thing on Battle.net about this on Monday or Tuesday or whatever, so the devs most definitely see it, because right now it's hard to say if they've actually seen it. They haven't really acknowledged it, and it is the weekend, like I said, so all the people at Blizzard aren't really checking Reddit and such 24/7. With that out of the way though, that's basically all for this video. Thank you very much for watching. Hopefully we get some more info on a potential Cuba map soon, and yeah, I've really been enjoying checking out all of these PTR changes. Pretty exciting times honestly right now compared to like 2 weeks ago when it was pretty dead in terms of Overwatch news. So I hope you guys are enjoying it as much as I am. That's it though, until next time, take care, and we'll see you then.